Dude, if I was that senator, I would have started chugging piss before that bomb went off.
What?
Why?
Yeah, what the fuck?
just to prove him, just to be like, watch this, motherfucker. Joke didn't work on me.
But no one would have been alive to say you did that. Except Superman.
The last thing Superman saw.
Hey, what's going on? What's
That's
up?
good.
There we go. Thank you, boys. Thank you for letting me do this and be on here. So I'm pretty excited that there's no more technical difficulties.
Yep. Well, there better not be.
We're here.
I know we're off to a bad start already, but once we get off the ground, there's no stopping us.
Exactly.
Sky's the limit, guys.
This guy's about to be the limit for my nog, you know what I'm saying?
Sheesh. Yeah, I did that before, so I'm like super high trying to figure this out. I'm like, this is ruining my good time.
Nice.
This is ruining my life.
Nice.
Are you like Anthony in that you can't smoke inside?
It's frowned upon in the tiny little apartment community I live in, so I just like went to my parking spot and I smoked there. Then I like took a lap around the building.
Are you on the East Coast or the West Coast?
Dude, I'm in LA, bro. I live in fucking East Hollywood.
Oh, nice. I'm in Culver City.
Hollywood, baby.
Look at that. I'm about to move to Silver Lake in
Oh, God.
a little bit.
Nice.
Oh God! Jesus.
I like Silver Lake. I'm not a Silver Lake guy, but you look like a Silver Lake guy.
Look at this fucking corduroy jacket I've got on from Urban Outfitters. It's because I'm cold, mostly.
Nice. Well, thanks for coming on, Carter. Welcome to Comics and Chronic. I'm your boy, Jake FH. As always, Cody Cannon, Anthony Iannaccio are joining me. Today we're talking Batman vs. Superman with Carter Thomas, a.k.a. Cardi T. That's what we're calling you.
Cardi
Dude, there we go. There we go. All right. I'm fucking here. What's up, fellow commies? My boys. What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah,
Carter?
I listen to the show. I know what we're called.
Nice. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, you're the first commie we've had on.
That's true,
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, this is a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I really was hoping that you guys wouldn't go over BVS at any time, because I'm like, I really want to talk about this movie and I'm like, this is perfect.
We were in no rush to watch.
Yeah.
Really?
Not at all.
I can't believe that anyone would have that opinion.
It was honestly too much of a chore to begin with to watch it. I finished it today and I was like, all right, here we go. So
I told Tony, I'm like, it has to be the 3-hour version, because that's the only
hours.
because that's the only one I've seen. I've never seen the theatrical cut. I've only seen this cut of it.
and I think the theatrical cut is still pretty long. I think it's like 2 hours.
It's 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, so they added a half
Another
hour.
half hour, yeah.
Yeah, it's just usually when you see movies that are like extended edition, sometimes it's only like 4 minutes, and I was like, oh well, this is like a whole half hour. I'm like, there's probably a lot of story stuff that's filled in that half hour.
Carter, are you a Snyder slut? Like, are you one of the ones pushing for Snyder cuts of Justice League and all that shit?
You know, I haven't seen enough of his movies to really gauge if I'm a fan of him or not.
Okay.
But I have seen a lot of Joss Whedon movies, and given what the conversations around him are now, Zack Snyder also just seems like a nicer guy, just with his directing style and stuff. And plus, like, I don't know, he seems like a way more genuine dude. And so I just kind of like him as a person. So I'm like, oh, do your little artsy god-like superhero Jesus movies. Go, dude, fine.
That's a good answer.
it.
I now that you say that, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Is that-
Yeah,
we
yeah,
haven't
she
heard
seems
anything about Zack Snyder sexually harassing people, so I guess he's probably a
This is true.
better person than Joss Whedon.
I mean, but it's like I've never met the guy, but so I don't know. But that's just the image
Yeah, it's true.
that's out right now, and so
Well, I just think just like he's not the kind of dude that has the spotlight often, but most like public interactions you've heard about him, he seems like a solid dude. But honestly, like I don't even give a shit whether he's a great dude or not. I want to talk about this movie.
I agree completely. I was thinking, you know what? Like, yeah, he could be the nicest guy in the world, but it's not going to save Batman versus Superman if you're the nicest guy in the world.
are you guys all three of you seriously against the ultimate edition of Batman versus Superman? Am I? Because I told Tony going into this, I'm like, I am gonna convince everyone that this is the greatest movie ever made, but this is 3-1. So I thought at least someone would be like, you know what? I thought it was kind of cool too.
I did think it was kind of cool, actually. I'm not saying it's not the best movie in the world by any stretch of the imagination, but
We'll see.
You're really lucky that this was the only version HBO Max had, because I would have never watched it otherwise. But I'm glad I did, because I did like it better than the original. I think it improved the original cut.
It made me hate it more.
Ooh, okay. Ooh.
So my experience with BVS, I didn't watch it when it first came out, and everyone was shitting on it. Everyone was hating on it. I waited maybe like a month or two right before it left theaters. I went and saw it like in one of the smallest theaters. I was like one of the only people. And I left the theater and was like, oh, I don't get the hate. I liked the movie. Yeah, there are some things I had beef with. Like I'll get into all of those things later, but I liked it. But I don't know if it was time or superhero movie fatigue or whatever, but I haven't watched it since then. And when I watched it this weekend with KO, there was like cool things for him that he liked. Like I watched it with my son and he liked it, but he was like, this is kind of boring.
For sure. And just any 3-hour movie is hard to swallow. Let's just put that out there right away. Anything. Sure. So that's already that's a tough pill. And I do understand the boring part, because I was watching it and I'm just like, there's a lot of motherfucking talking going on for like 75% of this movie.
Bullshit
I'm
exposition and narration by Bruce.
Dude, I know, but that is just that. I'm just like, wow, every scene just says what's happening. I'm like, no one's just chatting it up. No one just has a conversation. It's always like, did you find out where this bullet came from? Yes, it's from Lex Luthor. It's like, wow, who would have thought that the villain's a villain?
Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was something that they can never fix. Like, he sucked.
This movie makes me hate him more.
Yeah.
Because I was reminded of how bad he was, and I was like, dude, I hate this shit. I hate him. Yeah, that's the worst casting in the entire movie.
Of all time.
Dude, I love it. I agree. I agree 100%. I wrote that down in my notebook. I was just like, this is the craziest miscasting in the history of like the 2010s.
Yeah, they were basically trying to make him Zuck.
Yeah, in a weird way. He was kind of like Mark Luther Zuckerberg.
Well, I just hated how he was like,
I just think
like that's all he was doing throughout the entire movie.
I just thought it was crazy because I'm just like, they were really trying to make their own special Batman Superman story. They were trying to make the DCEU like so different by casting Jesse Eisenberg.
They should have leaned all the way in and just casted Michael Cera as Lex Luthor. Because Jesse Eisenberg was like when he's giving that speech at the fundraiser, where Clark and Bruce meet. He's like on stage. He's like, like he's like so unsure of himself and like stuttering and awkward. I was like, dude, just get Michael Cera to be Lex Luthor. Don't waste my time.
So do you guys think that if anybody else was Lex Luthor, that those same lines could work? That same quirkiness?
No, not quirkiness. That was
not
too
Lex Luthor.
Yeah, it wasn't even written like Lex Luthor. Like, dude, when he puts Jolly Ranchers in the senator's mouth,
that was so
intimidated by Jesse Eisenberg enough.
Dude, that turned me on so much. That was so sexy.
Yeah.
Dude,
it was sexy.
Cherry flavor. Oh, yeah. You don't want Jesse Eisenberg putting feeding you Jolly Ranchers all day long?
I'm inclined to agree with Carter that it is sexy. If Jesse Eisenberg ever threatened me by putting a Jolly Rancher in my mouth, I probably would walk away with a chub.
I would not.
It's the hair. It's the hair, man. It's just it is. It is a super crazy choice. That
I'd rather be Joe Kent, in all honesty.
Joe Kent.
Who's Joe Kent?
The father. Clark's
Wait, what?
father.
Oh, you rather Kevin Costner be Lex Luthor? Okay.
No, I'd rather just Kevin Costner put a Jolly Rancher in my mouth than Jesse Eisenberg. That's what I'm
Why not
saying.
both? Why not both?
I love that answer, Jake.
No, dude, it is fucking crazy. But I think I was just gonna say one thing that I really love about this movie are just like the bold choices that are made, like the casting, and that's it. And I honestly think that like I think it's a very entertaining movie. I think for me it definitely teeters that like almost so bad it's good, because that passion went into it, and I just like being able to like see that in a movie. I'm just like, well, Zack Snyder may change the aspect ratio all the time, and it's really fucking annoying, and like all the dark color CGI stuff. Doomsday looks like an aborted alien. Like he looks disgusting.
Wait, yeah, let's stay on Doomsday for a second. I fucking hated Doomsday. That's something that I can't. He's like so shoehorned in, and he's Zod mixed with Luthor's blood. What?
I mean, as a choice, I would have rather Zod been Bizarro.
Yeah, me too.
It made so much more sense if he would have been Bizarro. Yes.
Yeah, they really fumbled the ball. It kind of felt like Spider-Man 3, like the ending of Spider-Man 3. It's just like, okay,
yes,
sure, Doomsday's here. Meanwhile, the movie is called Batman versus Superman, and that was like 10 minutes.
But he also never fully like looked like Doomsday. Why didn't they just go all out and make him spiky, and like he looked like the Lord of the Rings troll, but with some spikes.
Yes, that's what he fucking looked like. The fucking Lord of the Rings troll.
Oh,
yes.
Watch both of them again. It's just the Lord of the Rings troll model, honestly. Like I swear to God, it's 100% just that.
Which answers the question: can Superman beat who would win in a fight, the Lord of the Rings troll?
The age-old question.
It's been debated for so long. So, if this movie did anything, it answered that question.
Wasn't that a famous comic in like the 40s? It was Superman versus Muhammad Ali versus the troll from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that was it.
I'll tell you what I did like, in all honesty, because there are some things that are cool. I actually like. Once again, I'm not a huge I'm not anti Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne / Batman.
Me neither.
I was. The Ultimate Cut made me like him as Batfleck.
No, it didn't add anything for Batfleck. He was the same fucking shit as the first one.
I thought his scenes were way more fleshed out.
I always liked Ben Affleck as casting. He looks like Batman. He's tall as fuck. I like my Batman in the comics, but like mid-aged, like 40s, 50s.
And he's handsome.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
He's like a younger Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is he in Dark Knight Returns? Like at 50s?
He's like He's like, I thought he was 60s.
Oh, I've never read it.
But
I've
he
never
does
read it.
look like visibly
He
in the
looks
comic
old as
older.
shit.
He has
Yeah,
white hair. Yeah.
Kind of like in Batman Beyond, how he's like
exactly.
older. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, for sure. I watched Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond's awesome.
Batman Beyond was awesome.
Fucking, anyways, I did like honestly his fighting scenes, especially when he's in the warehouse trying to save Martha Kent. Dude, that's a badass fighting scene. It's very Batman-y, and I liked it a lot. He was fucking shit up.
That was a great
scene. It was
that's
great.
A well choreographed fight. I don't know. It's fucking dope, man.
Okay, so on one side, I loved that fight scene. That fight scene was incredible. I'm going to agree with you. But on the other side, I feel like Ben Affleck's supposed to be playing a seasoned Batman.
Yeah.
And he seems so amateur a lot of the time.
No, I think he's just old. I think he's just old fuck.
Yeah, he did seem amateur.
He's not that old.
No,
guys.
But old as far as like if he's been doing this for 20 years, it's going to take a toll on his body.
Yeah, that's what the Ultimate Cut really like hammered home for me. And maybe I just hated the original cut so much that I didn't pay as much attention. But like the scenes with Bruce and Alfred are really cool because Alfred's telling him like, I'm surprised you're still doing this. Like the fact that you haven't died by this point is just like whatever. But like it's turned you into a brutal dude. Like he's branding people in Gotham. Like,
yeah.
He's fucked up.
Dude, that's so fucking crazy.
murdering.
He's actually, yeah, that's right. Cody's right. He's murdering people. He gave up on like detective work. He's straight up murdering.
I get that Snyder's an edgelord, but Anthony, how are you going to get so upset about Superman killing Zod, but not be upset at all that Batman's smashing people's heads with a crane?
No, I'm absolutely
upset. Which is a cool scene, dude, though, even though it's out of Batman.
It was it was a fucking awesome scene, but he's mowing people down. He's shooting people with bullets from the Batmobile, and he's literally blowing people up. Like, yeah, he's murdering people, and Batman doesn't kill. Of course not. But because he's Dark Knight Returns-esque Batman, right? Like,
he's a darker, grizzled Batman.
It tracks, because even in Dark Knight Returns, he's fucking has a gun, right?
It's true.
And he has a fucking tank.
But he's got like rubber bullets or whatever.
Oh, that is true. That is true, right.
I thought it was pretty sick. I don't know. I'm not like super attached to like these pre-made ethics of superheroes. So I'm like, this is just fucking cool. I mean, look at him murdering these people like it's a Lethal Weapon movie. Just
I agree to an extent. Like, I was cool with Superman killing Zod.
Me too. I thought it was great. I thought it was the best part of that fucking movie. I hate Man of Steel.
Whoa, I love that.
I
love Man of Steel and hate Batman versus Superman.
I've noticed that with other people. Like, it's a very black and white situation. I guess I haven't met many people who like this movie.
Like once again, the fighting scenes in Batman vs Superman are dope. Like, it is cool to see Superman fight Batman like on the rooftop.
Yeah,
he's shooting grenade. Like, that shit was straight out of comic books. So like,
that scene was like the Dark Knight Returns fight.
Yeah, like, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Literally until the point where Superman gets blown up by the nuke. Like, that's Dark Knight Returns. So like, the fact that Doomsday was there is just like, why? Like, you're ruining like Zack Snyder once again.
He just goes too much over the top.
Yeah, but he's also the king of like following every comic book detail and then being like, but what if Jimmy Olsen was a CIA agent? Like, just like random shit.
I forgot all about Jimmy Olsen being a CIA agent, which is, I was so like,
how could you forget?
Like, when he gets shot in the head, I was like, cool. I'm glad Jimmy Olsen died, if I'm being honest.
Bye, Jimmy.
I know. I always get shot too.
Jimmy eat bullet.
He gets shot.
He gets shot by the terrorist at the beginning of the movie.
In the desert.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, do you guys think in that scene, so when Lois gets kidnapped and he's got the gun, then Superman comes in and Lois is like, oh, I'm just going to let go, and Superman's going to slam him through the wall. Do you think that guy lived? Do you think that guy survived being pushed through that many walls at
no.
So I'm like, Superman just killed someone. Like, I'm like, that's murder.
Here's what I
wrote it down. I'm just like, he just killed that guy.
I agree with you there. And if truth be told, I think in this Superman, I don't think he kills in a grisly fashion. He's not like Homelander, like ripping them in half.
Yeah.
But I think it's implied that, like, just by sheer physics, when you see Superman blast off and tackle someone, like, that guy died.
Like, they got cut in half.
Whether he intended to kill him or not, like, he's dead.
I know. How many times do you think by accident he's just like, fuck, that guy was just fishing there, and I
think Superman kills
through the forest.
I think he kills in this movie.
In the Snyderverse.
Yeah, in the Snyderverse, I think he kills.
Yeah.
I mean, we know he kills. He killed Zod.
Right.
So,
yeah, man, we saw it happen.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Which is funny that the plot of this whole movie is that Lex Luthor is trying to frame Superman for murder. It's like, dude, he snapped the dude's neck right there. Like, that's what else you need to prove?
One of my favorite things, I did love that that the senator was like, oh, I'm about to die when she saw the jar of piss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool. I like that whole thing.
I thought that was great.
I like afterwards when Superman's just standing there as like, it's on fire and, everything's blown up and he's just like, oh, damn it.
I kind of liked those moments in the movie just because like they were so corny, but I'm also just like you understand what Superman feels. And like I did find myself caring about like how Bruce and Clark felt about like Batman and Superman. Cause in the first 10 minutes of the movie, you see Bruce Wayne go through Metropolis as like it's crumbling and stuff. Then when he sees Superman and like he just has that look in his eyes, it's like, how he feels immediately. And then, Clark has this like disposed idea of justice, and you understand where he's coming from. So it's interesting to kind of understand.
The Ultimate Cut actually gives you those scenes where Clark is in Gotham and he's investigating Batman. That's what I thought was interesting. That's not in the original version. Like, it's just like, oh, Batman. Like, you barely get that story.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Yeah, that version sounds like it just sucks. That sounds terrible.
It's interesting. Like, yeah, seriously, it's interesting how just adding like 30 minutes for me bumped this movie up like a decent amount by how much I liked it.
For me, it brought it down. Less is more. I didn't gain anything from these 30 minutes.
I should have watched the theatrical cut. I would have been able to better talk about it.
I don't think less is more all the time, but I think the way they decided to edit the scenes was weird now that I've seen the longer versions, you know?
I don't think...
See, I don't remember the older version enough. I don't remember the differences. All I knew is I remember watching it in theaters and leaving being like, I don't necessarily get all the hate. Do I think it's the best? No. But I don't get why everyone hates it. And I watched it this time and was like, wow, it's not a terrible movie by any means. Like, I'm not going to give it a Wonder Woman 84 rating. You know what I mean? But I am not going to sit here and be like, even if all of you guys gave it 6s, I would not. I know you won't, but you know what I'm saying. Not even the devil himself could make me love this movie.
Well, good thing I'm not the devil, so I think I can maybe make that happen.
That being said, honestly, one of my favorite things about BVS is, with the exception of Lex, they had some phenomenal casting throughout that movie.
Yeah.
Jeremy Irons as Alfred.
I do like Jeremy Irons as Alfred. I like also, and you only see them for a brief moment, but dude, I like Jeffrey Dean Morgan and the other girl from Walking Dead as Martha and Thomas Wayne. I would love to see a fucking Flashpoint where Jeffrey Dean Morgan plays Thomas Wayne Batman.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Ooh.
I like that more than the idea of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton or whatever.
That's interesting. Maybe we will see a Jeffrey Dean Morgan Flashpoint Superman.
Shit, they're saving the best for last. DC, you wild animals.
You've done it this time.
Speaking of Wonder Woman 1984, I did forget that Wonder Woman was in this movie until I watched this one. And I was like, oh yeah, she did come in here.
Oh,
and talk about shoehorn.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
they
also
did
the forced scenes where they're like, oh, let me look at the computer at Aquaman and Cyborg and the Flash. And I was like, oh, all right. Like,
we have 4 new properties to set.
Yeah, it was so, I don't know.
It was really weird, and I do feel like it was really unnecessary. Just they overpacked this so much because the rough cut of this movie was 4 hours. It was fucking Snyder cut length, and so I'm just like, did it need to be 4 hours to feel like you're not just trying to shove all this shit in here like way too fast? But I'm like, no, that'd be ridiculous. I don't know if I'd watch a 4-hour Batman versus Superman movie.
It'd have to be damn good for me.
It would have to be the only 4-hour movie I've seen is Gone with the Wind.
Did you guys like the Snyder cut of Justice League more than the Snyder cut?
Absolutely.
I haven't seen it, so I can't give an opinion on that.
Snyder cut Justice League is way better than Snyder cut Batman vs Superman, in my humblest of opinions.
I believe it. You know, I did follow the Snyder cut very, very closely. I was really interested to see if he would actually do it, just because I was like, I don't know why I was so interested in when like the Justice League shit happened, when Zack Snyder had to step down due to family tragedy, and then Joss Whedon came in. I was really interested in the fact that they chose Joss Whedon, and I'm like, this is a disaster. These are two so different people. And I kind of have seen the original Justice League because I was on a plane once and the guy in front of me was watching it, so I saw Justice League that way, and I didn't need the sound to see that it was a fucking like disaster, dude. And so then when it was like they were actually doing the Snyder cut, I was like, oh, cool. And then I read an interview where Zack Snyder was talking about it, and he was just like, yeah, like I really wanted to do it, and just like I'm doing it for my daughter who like took her life and stuff. And I'm just like, man, that has like it's just. He's so passionate, and he's like there are so many lifeless directors in Hollywood. You know, there's the guy, there's just the old dudes and stuff. It's just nice that someone
Woody
is in here. I don't know who that is. I don't know who you're talking about. I'm a Gen Zer. I don't know who that is.
There's a Woody Allen poster right behind you.
Yeah.
No, that's a picture of me as an old man. But yeah, no, I just like that Zack Snyder actually has a vision, even if he is just kind of he likes his ideas so much, and you can tell he thinks highly of his ideas.
That he does.
I really like what you just said, but like then there's the scene in Batman versus Superman, and it's there in the Ultimate Cut where Batman's about to murder Superman, but the Save Martha scene happens, and now Batman's not killing Superman because their moms have the same name. Get the fuck out of here!
Dude.
So dumb.
Don't you get it?
No, it's so good, Anthony.
Don't you get the significance of it?
Thank you.
That their moms have the same name,
yes.
And so Batman sees Superman as a human.
Yes.
Yes, of course, dude. It's the same logic as Pikachu's tear turning Ash from stone into human again. It's the same. It's the same logic.
Well, I'm glad
it's
you're
fantastic.
comparing this movie to the cinematic masterpiece that is the first Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think there's parallels in all art. No, that shit is really stupid. But I'm just like, man, I'm just like, I don't care. I'm like, I want to see Batman kill people, and so let's get a move on.
It's so stupid that there's really nothing you can do but laugh at it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
like I laughed in the theaters. It's like, what?
Yeah, no, it's dumb. It's just
why did you say that?
Why did you say that name? It's his mother's name. He's like drops the spear. It's like, oh my god.
And then like 5 minutes later, him and Superman are like buddy. Like it's like they've been friends for years suddenly. Like Ben Affleck's all jokey.
Well, he saves Martha and he like literally jumps out the window with her. And he's like, I'm a friend of your son's.
Of your son.
And she's like, I figured the cape. It's like, you're a friend. You were just about to murder him 20 minutes before you tried to murder him, actually. You built elaborate death traps for him to do.
That's in the past. Yeah. That's in the past. That was he like his voice modulator broke, but he's a smoker, so he's like, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Want to hear a fun fact about the voice modulator?
Yeah.
Kevin Smith suggested it because he's like, Ben Affleck's voice isn't a good Batman voice, so you should give him a modulator.
That's hilarious.
That works.
I do want to say I did really like the Batmobile in this.
Yeah, I liked it too.
I semi-liked it, semi-didn't. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it, to be honest.
You ever play that game? What the fuck is it called? Burnout? You ever play Burnout? It's a racing game.
Yeah, play Cruising USA. Though.
It's less of a racing game and more like you're just crashing into other cars and making them explode so that you can get into first place. It's awesome, but like that's what it reminded me of. He's just mowing down every car or person in front of him.
It's great.
Very Twisted Metal.
Oh yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, there we
go. That's a game I know. Why didn't you say that, Anthony?
Because Burnout was cooler. If you guys
cooler
played
than
games.
Twisted Metal.
I don't know, man. Did Rob Zombie ever score a Burnout
game? I don't think the director of Halloween, Rob Zombie, did do that, Anthony.
You're right.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys know that he's a musician?
The director.
Rob Zombie, the director
of Halloween 2?
Dude, I'll tell you, this movie wastes the actor Scoot McNairy, who plays the handicapped dude whose wheelchair blows up. It's that was a waste.
You think he was wasted?
That actor? Absolutely, man. He's a good actor.
I don't know if I'm familiar with any other of his work. What else has he done?
So he is in Killing Them Softly. He's in an HBO show where I think he plays like a rapist or something, or a kidnapper. He's a good actor. Just because he's such
those two things.
He's just like I think he's in like Prisoners. He's like a very dramatic actor. So to have him like of his ability just climb up, and I laughed. To be honest, like I really laughed. And I felt bad laughing. I was like, oh man, I'm laughing at this handicapped character.
He's a character.
When he jumps up and pulls himself up, I was like, damn, that dude's got some serious upper body strength.
I mean, when you don't have legs, I wonder if it's easier.
Yeah, I don't know. I was happy when he died, to be honest.
I like when he climbs up there and they're just like, hey, get down.
Yeah.
I mean it.
Yeah.
Get down from there. He was able to write all of False God and Giant.
It would have taken a while too.
Yeah, I think it could have been like a Life of Brian situation. They're just telling him like how to write it, but Zach was like, you know what? No. Let's save the comedy for when it gets the most serious. Because that's pretty much what happens.
Zack Snyder does love to throw in weird comedy at weird times.
Yep.
Yeah.
I assume she's with you. I thought she was with you. Yeah. It's great. It just becomes like a Miami Vice episode in the end.
Yeah. Which is also stupid because he's been talking to Diana Prince throughout the entire movie and pieces together that it's her, but then says, I thought she was with, like, what? No, you didn't. You were interacting with her in the entire movie.
It was hilarious though, so it's good that it was kept in because it was like the funniest line in the movie. Yeah. So it needed to be there.
The consistency of the writing is very wishy-washy in this movie.
It's very much because David S. Goyer is a co-writer on it. And, you know, he also wrote Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance.
Nice.
So
classic.
So, yeah, the classic second greatest movie ever made next to Batman versus Superman.
I think he's written a bunch of superhero movies, actually, and comics.
He also worked on The Dark Knight.
Yeah, he did.
And Batman.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna look at his IMDb.
Know what also I hated in this movie? Fucking Martha Kent, that speech she gives to Clark where she's like, you don't know them anything. Like, you don't have to be fucking Superman. I was like, damn, like, that's not, I don't know. Like, why is Zack Snyder Superman?
Dude, haven't you learned by now? Superman's parents in the Snyderverse are the worst.
They really are.
Like,
are they?
Oh, Kevin Costner's
like, let me die in this tornado. I can't risk your identity being shown.
He has a quick scene in this one, too.
Which is dumb when Superman climbs the mountain. He's like, hey, Dad. He's like, what's up, son?
Yeah. I think it's interesting. I think it's because, you know, it's like they were like, you know, the move in Man of Steel, like, I'm just gonna get swept away. That's very just like, that's the most emotionally manipulative thing I've ever seen in my life. And it's just like, that's extreme abusive parenting right there. So I just thought it's interesting that Clark is just like this, like, you know, super sad boy, and those are his parents. Like, his dad would just rather kill himself than deal with a super child. No thanks.
Yeah. It's the ultimate, like, going for a pack of cigarettes and never coming back.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm dead, so there's really no way I can come back.
Yeah, I'm sure I don't have to be a parent.
Yeah, dude, also, like, imagine, holy shit, I didn't even think about this until right now. Like, he's like, Martha, you're going to have to raise this alien boy on your own. It's like, damn, dude, that's like, he could totally save you.
Yeah.
He's super fast. No one would see him. Why are you?
Exactly.
So stupid.
He's like Sonic the Hedgehog, man. He can just do it.
Sonic would have done it. He wouldn't have been told to stay put.
Yeah, even if Sonic had been told, that would only push him further.
Yeah. He'd be like, all right, dude, I'm going to come save you.
And he would have beat the tornado somehow.
And he would have, like, whirled the tornado away. Ooh.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And then
who's faster, Sonic the Hedgehog or Superman?
Ooh. Who would win a race?
Yeah, who would win in a race?
Superman.
Okay. Wait. Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So, are we speaking just specifically of Zack Snyder's Superman, or are we going to think about some of the past Superman? Are we going to talk about Christopher Reeve? Or are we going to, because he flew the Earth in time travel?
This is true.
Zack Snyder Superman versus the Sonic the Hedgehog from the movie that came out
before they re-edited his face.
Whoa, I haven't seen the movie, so mine is based entirely on the cartoon and on the video game.
That's true.
Based on the cartoon.
Yeah, and the video games. Okay. And I grew up reading Sonic comic books, so I'm going to base it on that.
Well, then fuck it. I don't know what the rules are.
I'm going to say Sonic.
I start to say Superman.
I say Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm saying Sonic.
Fuck out of here. Sonic isn't beating Superman.
Especially Super Sonic.
You didn't say Super Sonic.
Oh, you didn't say Sonic had the fucking Chaos Emeralds.
What'd you say?
I said you didn't say Super Sonic.
Oh, I said also Super Sonic.
Fuck.
Sonic. Also, Sonic would not lose in a fight to Snyder Batman.
Ooh.
No.
No,
And
he wouldn't. He would
Tails
destroy
wouldn't die
him.
in the Middle East.
That I do.
As a CIA agent.
Tails wouldn't die in the Middle East.
Oh, dude, is Jimmy Olsen Tails?
Yeah, absolutely. Come on.
Jimmy
And Knuckles is
right.
Batman.
Oh, you're right. Knuckles is Batman. Holy shit, my mind is blowing. Maybe this is the greatest movie of all time.
Lex Luthor is
Ooh,
Eggman.
look at that! And look at that! Look at how you can just
it
convince
took
someone
Sonic
like that.
the Hedgehog to convince me of that.
If anyone could, it was
Yeah.
him.
I'm going to go with Sonic as far as a foot race. I always hated that about the end of Justice League, that when the Flash and Superman take off to do their race, that Superman's flying and Flash is running. Why wouldn't Superman run also?
Because he doesn't want to make it fair. He's got to keep his ego high.
Guess so.
Got to keep Ezra Miller in check, dude. Come on.
Oh, God.
Ezra Miller.
I don't like him as the Flash.
Also, that scene was still stupid in this movie. When he comes back, it's like, it's Lois. It was always Lois. Am I too
And that
early?
was a dream.
Am I too early? And then it's like, get the fuck away from here, Ezra Miller. Yes, you're too early.
You think they're going to connect that in Flashpoint?
I don't care if they do.
Either, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not thrilled about Flashpoint. The only thing about DC I'm loving right now is the James Gunn corner. Well, actually, honestly, I love Harley Quinn in general. I loved Birds of Prey.
I didn't love
I still need to
Birds.
see Birds of Prey.
You don't need to see it, Carter. Trust me.
I hear it's good. I do need to check
Don't
it out.
believe the
I intend
hype
to.
that I've never heard, but this is
I
crazy.
liked it.
I
It
was
was
watching
all right.
someone else watch it on a plane, and I'm like, this looks pretty good. That's my favorite thing to do.
Do you exclusively watch superhero movies on planes when other people are watching them?
I just watch whatever anyone else is watching. Dude, true story. I'm flying to Florida for Christmas. This old guy in front of me starts Brokeback Mountain, only watches the scene where Jake Gyllenhaal gets fucked in the ass,
Nice.
stops the movie, and then watches the entirety of Patton. The whole thing. He's just like, I'm not fucking gay. I'm not.
I'm a man. I like war.
Yeah, so
Not gay
so I watched that.
That's hilarious.
Interesting double feature.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. It was better. Some other lady was watching Gone with the Wind, and I'm like, boring. I don't care. Stupid.
What's a better movie, Brokeback Mountain or Batman vs Superman?
Definitely Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah,
Definitely Brokeback Mountain, dude. Like,
Yeah.
stupid fucking question.
That's like comparing a Scorsese film to a Michael Bay film.
Would you have liked this even more if Batman and Superman did fuck? And it turns out
Yeah.
they have an underlying like homoerotic relationship.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Honestly, I was gonna say,
That's the Snyder cut. I'll watch the 4-hour version and fucking in it. I don't care if it's 1 hour of them fucking. I'm watching that movie.
I would give like 6 Joe Pesci's too.
see, I was about to answer your question honestly and say like, well, if they did, it'd feel really shoehorned in and kind of talking down to the audience. So be like, see, love is love. It'd be like, okay, like there's a different way to watch dudes fuck.
Who's
in movies.
getting topped and who's bottoming?
Okay, if we really want to have this conversation,
We do want to have this conversation, Carter.
I feel like it's dangerous no matter what position Superman is. I wonder how tight if he clenches his butthole.
Right. It could literally sever his dick.
But Batman's got to have some sort of like Superman condom ready to go.
Kryptonian
so that-
condom.
Yeah, there you go. Kryptonian.
But then to quote Brody from Mallrats, that would kill him.
Oh, that's
A
true.
kryptonite condom.
It would be a low grade kryptonite. It wouldn't be like the
low radiation
the Bowen stuff.
kryptonite.
Yeah. He'd be
Yeah,
wearing
you
a lead
want-
suit.
You want, because I mean, if you saw when he was getting hit with the kryptonite smoke, Batman could punch him and it could hurt.
True,
you
true.
know,
Oh, dude, yeah, that was cool.
This way, maybe Superman likes being a sub.
He does.
likes getting a
'Cause
little
you're right, because in the movie he
kryptonite
gets
and
punched a lot.
smacked around.
Yeah, he likes that shit. You're right.
I just got Zack Snyder's phone number today, so I'll call him.
Nice.
And,
great.
and I'll ask him what he thinks. I got a bit of a pull in this industry because we're both from Wisconsin, so we just like hang out sometimes.
Nice.
Oh, that's what this all comes down to, because Zack Snyder's from Wisconsin and you're from Wisconsin. That's really what this all comes down to.
That's why.
Is that what is
less
that?
of a sale of Batman versus Superman and more of a sale of Wisconsin.
Yeah. Come on down to beautiful Wisconsin.
Yeah, come on down to Wisconsin. We have more bars than grocery stores.
Right, that doesn't sound too bad.
Sold.
Yeah.
You see what you did? You just sold two
That's
people
very much a selling point. I was not.
I had no desire to go to Wisconsin until now. Now I'm booking a flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You can go, because I know you do stand up, so you could like take a little road trip to Madison if you land in Milwaukee, and you can work UW Madison, bro. Big college, big college town, bro.
Dude,
pretty kind of active stand up scene over there.
Honestly, I'm sure they do. I've heard the Midwest has some pretty cool spots for stand up.
Yeah, dude, especially because then you can just go right down to Chicago and you're like in the center of all that.
Touring has just been like up and down the East Coast.
But then after this will convince you to like get a flight booked right now. After Chicago, you can go to Crown Point, Indiana, visit my grandparents.
Hell yeah, dude!
Nice.
I love grandparents.
Yeah, dude. Dixie and Jim will make you some under-seasoned burgers and instant mashed potatoes, and they will welcome you right in.
All that sounds better than Batman vs Superman. So
should we do the Joe Pesci's? Should we start the Joe Pesci's?
Yep.
Yes. Start the Joe Pesci machine.
Who's gonna? Should I start? Can I start the Joe Pesci's?
The guest of honor. Let's hear it.
All right. It's out of 6, right? It's out of 6 Joe Pesci's. That's what I'm working with. Okay. So if I can sum up my feelings for Batman v Superman in a nutshell, I think it's entertaining. Dawn of just ass. I saw that's the episode title. And the biggest thing that annoys me about this movie is the constantly changing aspect ratio. I don't know why he decides to do that, but it's distracting. And I wish he would have stuck with the bars on the sides. I forgot what the measurements are.
4:3.
But I prefer that. Okay, yeah, it is 4:3. I prefer 4:3. I don't know why. I just think it's cool, and especially for like a superhero movie. And it's like kind of corny. I feel like it's edgy Joel Schumacher. That's what Zack Snyder is. He's an edgy Joel Schumacher.
Joel
Schumacher. Say that 5 times.
I like that description of Zack Snyder, though.
Yeah, that works.
Schneider Schumacher, or whatever his name is.
And then, yeah, I think I enjoy the bold decisions, whether they're good or not. I like that. I liked how corny it was. And also I was like, pretty invested in the story overall. Some stuff was dumb, but I was just like, man, I'm watching fucking Ben Affleck fight Henry Cavill. I'm like, I'm not walking into to Goodfellas or anything,
Yeah.
That was the first good movie I could pull from the top of my head.
Hey, it's not a bad movie to pull.
So 4.5 out of 6.
Okay. Just
Nice.
Rewatch value is high for me. I would definitely. I'd pop it in.
That's a good stat. Rewatch value is low for me. I will not be touching this movie in any shape or form for until I die. The rest of my life. There are definitely some things I enjoy, like the fighting, and I really don't mind Ben Affleck as Batman. But
I would honestly love to, if you pulled up a highlight reel of the fights, of that final fight scene, I would watch that plenty of times.
Yeah.
It's really good. That's another thing. Just not enough action. I'm just like, I like this whole noir and like, what do Bruce and Clark think? But I'm like, give me some fucking punchies, and I don't want a dream sequence. I want some real punchies and damage and stuff. I want some
I'll tell you what I do like that's going to weigh heavily in how I rate it on the Joe Pesci scale. Is that Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor pulled the old flipperoo and made the senator drink piss. So,
dude, if I was that senator, I would have started chugging piss before that bomb went off.
What?
Why?
Yeah, what the fuck?
just to prove him, just to be like, watch this motherfucker. Joke didn't work on me.
But no one would have been alive to say you did that. Except Superman.
The last thing Superman saw.
Lois, it was terrible. People burned instantly to ash, and this one dude started chugging piss.
Dude, I'm so bummed. Right when Cody started talking, my shit froze up. I don't even know what he said, but it seemed like the funniest fucking thing ever.
He said that he would just start drinking piss, the jar of piss, before the bomb blew up.
Senator, I would have just started chugging the jar of piss before the bomb went off.
Dude, that's a great story when you get up to heaven and be like, dude, you guys saw me drink that piss, right? They're like, dude, yeah, it was the best thing to see right before that wheelchair went by.
Yeah. Superman's like, I saw the craziest thing, limbs flying everywhere, people blown to bits. This one dude just started chugging a jar of piss.
And I knew he knew it was piss.
I could see it in his eyes.
And I could smell the urine from here because he's Superman, so he has super senses. And
yeah.
He's like, dude, this guy just started drinking.
Dude, that would have been me. That would have been me.
Also, in that way, Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, was kind of like Joker. You know, like his ransom notes.
Yeah.
It looked like Joker writing.
Yeah,
you know?
he was just stupid. So I'm going to give it 2 Joe Pesci's.
That's a little too low, Jake. I'm going to have to say.
That is one of the lowest numbers I've ever given. It's because nothing I watched this time around made me like it even more. If anything, it made me like it even less. I probably would give theatrical cut Batman vs Superman 3 Joe Pesci's.
You liked it more. Wow. Okay.
But because I had to sit through 30 more minutes of it.
and Batman and Superman didn't fuck?
Yeah. More, here's Zack Snyder, if you're listening, more piss drinking, less exposition. We are men of action here on Comics and Chronic.
That we are. All right.
Go to petition.org.
Yeah. Cody, what's your take?
I think I'm gonna give it a 2. I'll give it a 3.0. I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
Nice.
50%.
Yeah, I just think it's it was a cool watch. I even might, because KO went to bed. We watched it together, but there was maybe like 30, 40 minutes left, and he was like, I need to go to sleep. And I was like, cool, I wish I could, but I have a podcast I have to do. So
this is homework.
I'm going to tough it out.
This fucking stranger's making me watch this goddamn movie.
No, I'm just kidding. I honestly, it was cool. KO was like, the next day, he was like, who won the fight? I was like, nobody really.
We all lost.
Yeah, the audience
We all lost, yeah.
Well, Zack Snyder won the fight.
Yeah, he defeated us in theater.
So yeah, I'll give it a 3. But it was compelling. Right. I did like that, like, even though I hated that Batman was brutal, I did like in the way, like, if you're gonna kill, make it messy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, make it cool.
I mean, he threw a crate at a dude and dashed his head against the wall.
Like, yeah.
Dude, it was so sick.
That was sick.
If I ever get in a fight, that's how I wish. Yeah. That's how I imagine myself fighting someone.
And crate at someone's face.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he stabs a dude.
Yeah,
he stabs a guy with his.
He fucking gets him.
He gets him good, and then he like he fucks him up.
Yeah, dude, he ain't fucking around with these guys.
This guy's not fucking around.
He said no. He said Martha ain't dying tonight.
Not tonight, boys.
That's my mom's name.
If I was like a criminal that found out this information, I would be like, guys, we're going to be the Martha gang. We get Martha tattoos. We're going to all be called Martha. Batman will not fuck with us anymore.
Dude, I think
that's the way to beat him.
I think it would drive him into a frenzy. I I mean,
dude, that drive him nuts.
Like draping a red cape in front of a bull.
Ooh,
you know?
and you can dress up as dead Marthas with pearls around your neck and everything.
Oh, the pearls! Yeah, you need the pearl necklace.
You can like really.
Ooh, don't let them know about the pearl necklace. Yeah. Don't let them know about that. we just discovered the end to Batman, you guys. I hope no one steals this idea.
Anthony, what are you going to give?
Look, the theatrical version, I would give a 2. I did not like that movie. I think it sucked.
Crazy. I'm genuinely surprised by how much even if you go listen to the Snyder Cut episode of Justice League, I'm not a fan. But something about this movie, like, I guess it's just the sheer fact that I hated the original cut so much that anything was better. And like, there was no way, like, you come to me last year, like, oh, will you watch the ultimate cut of Justice League? Fuck no. Of Batman vs Superman? Fuck no, because I don't want to see 3 hours of that movie, like you're saying, Jake. But the fact that I did, and then I wound up liking it, is blowing my mind. Like, the scenes that were fleshed out more made the movie better. Like, it just put some more context into what was happening. Like, I paid attention more. We just got more character moments with Bruce. Like, he just seemed like a deeper. Like, it made me like Batfleck, like I said before. Like, suddenly I'm watching this movie and I'm like, oh shit, I want to see more Batman scenes now. Like, I like what they did with the dude. And Henry Cavill, I've always liked him as Superman. So, like, I thought that giving him the Clark Kent moments, which were a lot of in Man of Steel, but didn't seem like a lot in the original cut of this, like, it added to it. Like, everything they added, I did like. So, that being said, Carter, you said 4.5?
Yeah.
I don't think I could go that high. I want to settle just by like surprise factor, and still there was like the Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor, and the Martha moment. That really does take away points. So I'm going to land, I think, on like a 3.8. That's my number for this movie. That's where I could.
Is this one of the lowest earning Joe Pesci movies?
It has to be.
Yeah. It has to.
That's another reason why I chose this one. I'm just like, no one's just going to want to watch this movie.
No, I'm glad you did.
I need to force 3 people to sit down and watch a 3-hour movie that they most likely will not like. So
it felt very forced. And then watching the movie, I was like, everything in this movie that isn't cool is forced.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah, I feel that. Well, I'm glad, Anthony, that you had a change of heart with it. So now I don't feel like a complete maniac. So.
This wasn't a complete waste of time, Carter.
Yeah, awesome, sick. Sick. I would have hated it.
I don't regret watching the movie again, but I probably will not watch it again.
I'll never watch it again.
Okay, I'll choose something else if I ever come back on. We can watch Spawn or something. So
I'd watch Spawn in a heartbeat. I love Spawn.
I actually haven't seen it. I just had to think of another.
That movie's sick.
John Leguizamo,
Jai White, dude.
Yeah, Michael Jai White.
Dude, I love him. I fucking love. I love that dude. Yeah. Black Dynamite is like one of the funniest movies ever made.
Funny.
We fuck with Michael Jai White.
Well, guys, you wanna send us out? Carter, you want to send us out, dude?
Well, real quick, if I can promote my comedy album, I've got some stuff. Well, I got my comedy album, Depression Stance Engage, coming out March 1st. 2022. It's right around the corner. You can follow me on Instagram at CarterWBT or Twitter at CarterWB Thomas. I think Twitter is the best one to go to because it's the one I'm most active on. If you want to know what I'm like, go to my Twitter. And I think that's it. Thank you guys for letting me come on here and talk about my number one favorite movie ever made. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on, man. That was fun as shit.
Thanks for coming on, man.
It was a good time.
Absolutely. There's no like finishing saying, is there? There's no
keep say, hey guys, tune in again. Oh, this is for those listeners, people listening. This is our new thing, the Sunday Smoke Sesh, where we get high and talk about the nerdy things we love with other people.
Yeah, it could be homies. It could be
strangers
like
off the street.
Strangers, strangers off the
street. I just found this guy in my dumpster, and he talks a lot.
He has some strong Joker opinions.
But hey, if you're listening to that and you think you'd be a good fit, reach out to us. We might have you on if you think you can hang with us and you have something to talk about. Not everyone could, but we'll see what we could do.
Yeah.
Comicsandchronic.com, y'all.
Yeah.
Comicsandchronic.com.
Oh yeah, look for Carter's comedy. Hey Carter, where are you releasing your album on?
Dude, fucking everywhere, man. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. It's gonna be everywhere, kids. So you're gonna be hearing it on the radio. But just probably not. There's no songs. It's all audio comedy sketches. So totally different vibe.
Nice.
Totally different vibe.
That's awesome.
Carter Thomas, that's my name. Yeah, that's my Spotify name.
AKA Cardi T.
Carter Thomas, that's my name. Yeah, Cardi T. Honestly, I gotta change it.
Yeah, now you have to make at least one social media account where it's Cardi T.
Cardi T.
That'll be my burner account. That'll be my alter ego.
Nice.
Carter T.
But we'll definitely share that album out to the commies, And
thanks for being the first
I was on
commie
that album.
Hey, nice, Anthony. Comedy album debut.
Yeah, comedy album of the century, some are saying.
And you can listen to your boy Anthony Iannacio on it because he not only is in some sketches, but he edited one of them as well.
Yeah.
And so if you fucking hate me, but you love Anthony, there's some incentive.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you hate Anthony and love Carter, that's another reason.
Then there's even more incentive because I wrote all of it too.
Yeah, lots of hateful reasons. And if you hate Batman vs Superman,
then definitely check this out.
Yeah, actually,
nothing like Batman.
Only ignore their shit. Check our shit out. Thanks for coming on.
Definitely, awesome. No problem. I'd love to do it again.
Yeah, well, we'll see you guys next time on the Sunday Smoke Sesh.
Sunday Smoke Sesh.
Sunday Smoke Sesh.
Call that Holy Smoke.
Holy Smoke.
Hey.
That's like something everyone comes up with. I think Ralphie May made that.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannacio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.